Hello, my fellow YouTubers. This experiment is cool. Alright, so we got a piece of coral rock here from Homestead. Let's go ahead and tear the weight out so it's 0. You guys can see that. Let's go ahead and give it weight, and it says 0.47. So that's ounces. So that would be 4.7 ounces. Okay. Hopefully you can see that down in there. Now, I was reading this book. It's called The Book in Every Home by Levitate Coral Rock. And I was also reading this book, which is Coral Council had written back in '88. Okay. And then I was also reading this book on how to read his writings. And we got into a section on this book on how to read his writings, and it started talking about sound. Then it went into this area that was called in between. So I'm putting this up here so you can freeze frame it and look at it. And this in between area is like nothing. There's nothing going on, and it's in between a magnetic field, electric field direction. Okay, that 90-degree angle. And then it started getting into optics and into light. And it started talking about different ideas of what if a rock was weightless? If it was, what would we see? And if the rock was just sitting there like this, obviously it would still have some gravity effect on it, because if it didn't, it would just go out, take off. But if it was just to hover, that means you would leave. If you were able to take out, you would leave some of the gravity in there to keep it stable. So I started thinking about that, and there's another book I have, and it is called Waiting for Agnes, Joe Bullard's book. And then I have this other book that's called The Enigma of Coral Castle by Stoner. And they all bring this pieces of the puzzle. And that old Dr. Spock's In Search Of video has some things in there that was, I think it was done in '84 or something like that, on Coral Council. So it got me thinking. Here I am taking static. I'm seeing little boulders flying up. And it's because there's a static created. There's a charge that was on that plastic rod. And that charge was actually lifted up the material. And then you've seen some of the material, I don't know if you noticed it in the video, but some of the material would come up in orbit and then shoot out and then come back down to the ground. So obviously there was some type of orbiting contraption of energy, of a positive energy that's being attracted to the plastic as a surface area, but also